know the things I know, but where I come from, real shit happens to my folks. So I hold the title, homicidal. I'm a writer, I glamorize it. Understand my life is fucked up and so misguided, and I try to be the best here, but I will never rise, cause evil rests here. Where did I go wrong?
YouTube, what's the deal? It's your boy Zay back with another one. This is the Life of Zay. Thank you for clicking on my channel. If you're already a follower, welcome back. I see y'all. If you're not, thank you for clicking on my channel. I would love to get you as a follower. So what I need y'all to do right now, I'm gonna pause the video when you're watching it. I need y'all to pause that and hit that subscribe button right there. And we ain't going on until y'all do. Nah, I'm just kidding. But anyway, like I said, subscribe to my channel, please, if you can. I'd really appreciate it. Turn on that bell, smash that that notification and the likes, so you can be informed when I drop videos. I drop videos like this weekly, every week. This is my segment. It's called Crazy2Yall, Normal2Us, and today it's gonna be called Product of My Environment Part 1. So I'm basically gonna tell some stories. Y'all know how it goes, but like I said, man, if you're new here, thank you for clicking on my channel. I really appreciate y'all. We're at 66, more than halfway to 100 subscribers. Hey, man, at the 100 subscriber mark, we're gonna do a giveaway. So y'all stay tuned for that, because we're gonna keep moving along, and I know we are. I ain't worried about none of that, so I'm just gonna keep putting them out for y'all, man. My bad, it's a little hot in here, but first and foremost, I hope everybody's staying safe, staying clean, keeping their health up. Keep them prayers coming for your family and yourself, and just stay in faith, man. This thing's almost over. It's coming to an end, and you know, the enemy really had his hands on us for a while, man, trying to get us to, you know what I mean? But nonetheless, it's coming to an end, so y'all just keep riding it out with your family and just stay solid, man. That's all you can do, right? So anyway, yeah, man, product of my environment. So I'm just gonna go over my life a little bit, and this one, number 2 won't be next week. It might be further down. But I'm just going to go over my life a little bit, man, and tell y'all how it was, where I'm from, how I was raised, stuff like that. So you can kind of get an understanding of, you know, how I am or whatever. So, product of my environment. So, I was born September 10th, 1991. And I was born into a really poverty-stricken family. Like, we didn't have anything, right? So, my real dad, my dad that I talked to about y'all is my stepdad, but he's been with me since I was 4. My real dad, he went to prison when I was 3, and he ain't been out since then. I'm 28 years now, so I think he's been down, what, 25, 26 years? I mean, that's another story for another time, but yeah, man, I don't know him too good. I know just phone calls, stuff like that. I've never really got to feel, you know, a father figure from him anyway. From my other dad I did, but so yeah, man, he went to prison a little early, and one of my earliest memories of him was just actually holding my mom underwater, and I don't remember why. And he was real abusive to her or whatever, but he was holding her underwater, and I don't quite remember why, but I know we were watching, and I seen a lot of violence, you know what I mean, in my household growing up. So fast forward, you know, she met my dad, and he's been holding it down, you know, since day one. See, the way my dad raised us, it's we don't fuck with police, you know what I mean? It's just, we just don't do it. And I mean, I can't stay here and explain why, or, you know, we just don't do it. Another story for another day. My oldest brother, well, not my oldest, but my second to my oldest brother, Hustle. I remember when he was 14, I remember watching the cops in Albuquerque kick him in his face over and over when he was handcuffed. You know what I mean? I remember watching the cops shoot my big homie Showtime in the face and the neck, and whenever my brother told him call an ambulance for him, he's dying, they said call him for who? My cop that he just shot? We ain't calling the ambulance for this piece of, you know what I mean, and let him die there. We're calling the ambulance for our cops. We're calling 911, and this cop is sitting there telling them, cancel that. We got the ambulance that we need. Letting them die on the street. Real shit. Actual, factual, 100%. No bullshit. That was my OG Showtime. Rest in peace, homie. But, that's why we don't fuck with cops, right? We don't. No part of me, nothing in me is with cops. I mean, you know, my kids won't. None of us will. We just don't mess with them because of those, you know, because what I've been through with them, what I've seen with my own eyes, what I felt, You know, I got pulled over 2 years ago and they beat my ass on the side of the street, made me sit on my knees on the gravel for 3 hours. You know what I mean? It's just unnecessary. And I was on my way to help my dad finish a roof when they did that shit. It's just unnecessary how the cops, you know, do us. And so my dad raised us not to really mess with cops. You know, we knew don't snitch. Take care of your family by any means. By any means you provide for your family. It don't matter if you gotta sell dope. It don't matter if you gotta rob. You know, and I never really got to the robbing stuff, but the dope, well, I was a dope boy and a half, I'm telling y'all right now. I was pushing it, and that's what I was raised on, you know, that's what I learned, by any means. If you can't find a job because of whatever reason, you need to take care of your family, you go take care of them, right? So, you know, I was raised on those morals since I was a kid, and that's just how it was, man, that's just what we went through. But, so fast forward, you know, Dad's raising us now. We got a stable home. I mean, stable, but we're still poor as shit, right? So, fast forward to I'm like maybe 8 years old. We moved to Albuquerque, New Mexico. And that's when we got introduced to the gang life really, really, really bad. You know, I watched my brother get ranked in. I was so mad, but I watched my brother get ranked into the gang. It was just crazy, man. Like, that was when my brother actually caught his first real charge. Like I'm not gonna say the charge, but he caught his first charge because there was a lot of what they call paisas, right, in that area, and it was just wild, man. Like shit you wouldn't understand. Where we lived in the war zone, they were raping this little girl. My sister was standing there watching, and I mean the dude pretty much chased the girls down the street, ended up getting killed. But you know, my brother, that's when he caught his first charge about some serious stuff, you know, and it was just crazy where we lived, man. I remember one of the times we lived right there by Trumbull Village and all that in the hood. I remember one of the times me and Moms was walking to the grocery store. It was about 7:30, you know, already getting dark how it is in New Mexico. And this dude, man, they're sticking him. And she's like, keep walking, you know. We kept walking, got our stuff, came out of the store. Keep in mind, we went in the store. The store was called Fair and Square. It was popping back in the day right there with it, you know, pushing crack right there on Central. It was going down. But I was a little boy, you know what I mean? And me and Moms walk out the store, and he's still there. It's been about 20, 30 minutes. This dude's still there, dying on the street. And that's just how it goes, you know what I mean? Like, shit's crazy over here in New Mexico. People don't realize that. But, so yeah, man, we moved back to to Roswell when I was about 10 years old, maybe 11. No, 10 years old, 9 years old. 5th grade there. Got into the gangs. That's when we got ranked in. Everything was lined up. You know what I mean? And we were doing okay. We weren't rich. Like, Moms can buy us chucks and shit, you know, for school. We weren't rich by any means. But, hey, man, we had what we needed, you know. We celebrate when we got EBT, like just like every other poverty kid. You know what I mean? Like, we enjoyed that. When EBT hit, we're like, yo, what's, you know what I mean? Hey, real quick, shout out to Mozzie. This is a Mozzie shirt. I went and seen him last year in April in Albuquerque. Hell Gang Mozzie, I see you. But anyway, hellgangmozziemerch.com, I think it is. There's no sponsorship, but I love to see people get money. So y'all go check it out. Go get your Hell Gang Mozzie shirt or a jersey. Nonetheless, back to the story. So you know, when we got EBT, it was a good day, you know, but we always ate, you know, put it that way. We didn't always have a home, but we always ate. So stuff started getting a little rough for us, you know what I mean? Whatever meth hit hard in Roswell, everybody was on that stuff. So, you know, Moms and Pops unfortunately fell into the drug world and started doing drugs. That's before we started selling drugs. So they started doing drugs and pretty much lost it all. You know, my grandma was always trying to. My grandma, my older brother Augie, they make sure I was going to school. This was like, okay, so I was already a little older. I got kicked out of 7th grade, and then I caught my charge in like right in the middle of 9th grade. But so they would make sure that I was going to school every day. You know, we didn't have a house, we didn't have none of that shit. We was living with people, living in cars. Like, it was rough, man. Like, when I tell you, you ain't been through the struggle till you had to wake up in the winter and shower in cold water because the heat's off. You know what I mean? We didn't have windows in our house. We had plastic over our windows because they were busted out. And I don't know what went wrong, man. I don't like to judge no one. My mom's dead, God rest her soul. My pops is doing so good. He's a main manager of Applebee's, but since he got out of prison, man, he's been grinding good. But yeah, man, I don't know what happened, but it was just rough for us. You know what I mean? Coming up, it wasn't easy. I'm telling you that right now. And it made me the man I am today. I'll stand on all 10 toes and know that I ain't never gonna fold. You know what I mean? Cause I done been through it. I done seen that shit, and I've been through the worst that the world has to offer you. I feel like, you know what I mean, from just so many times, you know. So it's just crazy shit happened. So anyway, yeah. So we moved back, man. That's when we got ranked into the gangs and all that type of shit. Started gang banging, seeing drive-bys. And we were on Woody Drive, man. My grandma always tried to keep me straight, you know what I mean? But it never really worked. But we were on Woody Drive, man. Those were the days. It was just crazy, man. And unfortunately, that's where I caught my charge, across the street from there. And you know, went to boys' school. We lived there for a little while, and then or actually we moved to Elm Street, and that's where all it really popped off. That's where I really learned how to be a gang member. That's how I really learned what you do when they shoot at your house and how you bust back and all that. That's when shit really started twisting up, you know what I mean? And I was out there 11 years old with a heater, you know what I mean? I was stuck in between trying to be a good kid and trying to be a gang member, you know what I mean? And that shit ain't easy when you're stuck in that. Like, it's really complicated, you know what I mean? Like, it could be really complicated because you want to hoop with your friends or play basketball and all this stuff, football. But on the other side, it's like I can't play football because somebody might roll by the football field at practice and spray me and then I'm gone. And it's really like that, man. Like, really like that. I didn't get shot when I was a kid, but one time I was riding my bike through Albertsons with one of my little cousins, Julio. What up, Julio? Anyway, these people from the other side, they almost say, anyway, these people from the other gang, they rolled by and they hit me with their car while I was on my bike, man. I was like 10 years old, but they knew who my brothers were, they knew who my family were. Hit me with the bike and my arm was, my bone was sticking out of my arm. Like, it was crazy, man. But so many drive-bys and shootouts and shit. Like, people would never understand how it feels when you're trying to sleep and you got school tomorrow and you're just trying to find a way out of all this shit, man. Like, it just sucks sometimes, like, knowing this is our life right now, right? I can't wait to get older. That's why I started selling drugs. But just sleeping there, man, and trying to be like, I got school tomorrow, you know what I mean? And before you know it, your living room, boom, 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 shots start coming through your living room, man. That shit ain't fun for nobody, having to sleep on the floor. Mom's made us sleep on the floor because she knew that it was spunky out there, you know what I mean? Shit was going down, like people was chopping the house up. We never knew when it was going to come, so we had to sleep in the back room on the floor until they started shooting at the back of the house. And it's just, you know, usually my family's all in the same block, so we're all getting chopped up. It's just crazy, man, like how we was raised. Literally before I went to boys' school, I was 12 years old out there on the porch with a chopper. All of us had to have it. We had to have it. Routines. Hey, check it out. You're going to post up for 4 hours right here with these three people, these three cousins. Y'all post up and watch the block. 4 hours pass, then y'all can go eat, y'all can go sleep, whatever, till your next shift. It was like a shift, man. And when a car rolled down there, man, it wasn't no game. You know what I mean? You had to fire them up if they're shooting at us. You had to shoot back. That's all we can do at this point. The cops ain't helping. That's all we can do, man. And people don't be understanding that shit, man. How it really, really gets out here. Like, I had to live through that shit. I had to watch where I walked. I had to watch who I talked to. I had to watch who I surround myself with, because I might let them in my house because I think that they're just a homie, but on the real, their big cousin wants to get at one of my cousins. They tell me, hey, this is the ins and outs of that house, and now they know how to get us when we're asleep. You know what I mean? Like, this shit's real. Y'all gotta understand how real that shit is. It ain't no joke out here, man. This shit's crazy, and it gets even crazier. Like, I swear, they say I should write a book. You know what I mean? Just not knowing when it's gonna come, or when you're gonna be cool to walk out in the morning and not get shot at or whatever. And like I said, it was real popping off, man. I remember so many times, man. Just, we ain't never been one for drive-bys. We don't like that. You know, you're gonna do something, you're gonna walk up and down them like a G. Don't be a punk and shoot at no houses, man. You know what I mean? But I remember so many times, man. Just whole house shot up, TV busted, everything just shot up. And we're just like, damn, we gotta start over. They know where we live now. Now we gotta go knock back and get another house because they know where we live, right? And it was just like that, man. I remember one of my first charges I caught. Actually, they added it on with my other charge, but we stole a car, man, and my brother. It was a long story. I'll leave that for another time. But anyway, one of the only times that I got caught, we stole a car or whatever. And long story short, they seen us. Someone seen us in it. ATF was chasing us. I hit a telephone pole, took off running. I was out there on top of a roof, hiding. I threw the gun in there. I wonder if it's there to this day because it was never in the Discovery. You know what I mean? And it was in the historic district. But I was hiding on a roof, and the lady next door, she was sipping coffee on the back porch like 7 in the morning. We just got done chopping these dudes up at the base that ended up hitting one of my brothers with some skates. But it's like I said, it's another story. But I was on the roof, man, and it was snowing. My brother Greed was with me. That fool Sesame was with me. Homie Tulok was with me. But I was on the roof, man, and I was trying to get away. And they knew we had a warrant stacked that big that they were gonna come get us either way. But I seen her and I was like, please, just don't say nothing. And she started yelling, yo, he's right here. So I tried to run. I slipped off the roof and fell. Cop jumped on my back. I elbowed him and got tased. It was just crazy, man. But that's the way we were raised, man. Like, you know, we never had all the extras. We never messed with cops. We never called cops. You know, we handled stuff ourselves, and it was just crazy, man. It was a crazy time, but I was a product of my environment. How I was brought up. I was destined to catch a charge or a murder charge or something. You know what I mean? That's just how I was raised, man. Like, people don't understand. I was raised shoot first, then ask questions later, or face your consequences later. Like, I was literally raised like that, drummed into my head, put into my head. They're gonna get you. Get them before they get you. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't something you can just unlearn. Let me tell you that, because I struggle with that to this day. That ain't something you can just unlearn. But nonetheless, man, I'm trying to unlearn it. You know what I mean? Because that shit ain't for nobody, bro. That shit's for the birds. You know how many homies I had to bury already, or how many homies are locked up? You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't stop. It doesn't stop because one person changes. They still out there. Honestly, my little cousin just got killed last night, man. Like, that's how real this shit gets. Last night, just got murdered. He was my dad's brother's son, you know, and I never really got to, I know them a little bit, but I never got to touch base with him like that. He was a little younger, but I know he was in the music shit, and I've always thought about that, like, yo, I want to get little Nino, rest in peace Nino, I want to get Nino on some songs, right? And I just always thought we'd have more time, man, and the way life works, you don't, man. He got murdered last night, and it's just crazy out here like that, you know what I mean? And I sit here all day and I'm like, man, I wish I took more time to know my cousin. You know what I mean? Like, that was my family. That was my blood. That was the only blood that I got besides his sisters. I'm okay with his sister. I talk to him and shit like that. We don't know each other too good though, man. But that was my only blood from my dad's roots. You know what I mean? That I had. And somebody took my cousin away last night. You know what I mean? This morning, whatever. He's dead. And I never got a chance to touch base with him and find out what he's on, find out who he is. You know what I mean? And I always thought we'd have more time, and I'm a dummy for thinking like that, because I know how it goes out here. You ain't got time for that. Take the time that you have and use it wisely, because I promise you, it happens like that, man. All it takes is for one dude that can't take an ass whooping to pull out and start busting, and that's it. That's it. Then it starts a whole war. But what they don't see is that the people that are on the sidelines, like his moms, his sister, his dad, me, people that didn't get to know him, that wanted to know him, you know what I mean? Like, I really wanted to know that kid, man. He was like 18, 19 years old. He was still a baby, you know what I mean? And I really wanted to get to know him, man. He's my little cousin. He was my blood. And I didn't get a chance to, man, because I thought that we'd have more time. We'd have this life. You know, I didn't think he was out here like that. But nonetheless, man, he's gone. And rest in peace, little Nino Briseño, man. And it's just crazy. Like, that's how shit happens over here, though. That's what people don't understand, that it's too quick, man. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. Use the life you got and do something positive, man. keep God close to you, keep Him at the center of your world, and you're gonna be alright. Because it ain't no joke out here, man. Like, I can't stress it enough how many times that I've seen somebody shake my hand and like, you know, I love you, brother. I'll see you tomorrow, and tomorrow don't ever come for them. You know what I mean? It could have been that way for me, easy too. My brother Greed, he left my house. He left my house. He said, I'm going to the gym, brother. You don't want to roll? I said, I'm cool, dog. I'm gonna chill. My best friend, my brother, that's my ace right there. My right hand. My brother's everything I got. You know what I mean? My two brothers, but he's one of them, man. And he said, you want to go to the gym? I said, I don't want to go, brother. I'm good. He said, all right, I'm gonna slide to the gym and I'm gonna go home. I said, all right, bet. You know, love you. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow never came, man. My brother's sitting in the feds looking at 30 years right now. And it's just crazy, man. Like, shit's real out here. I hope y'all watch these videos and y'all take something from them. Don't just take the gangster stories. Yeah, we got shot at. Yeah, we was out there like Iraq on the porch. Yeah, you know, we was doing it like how you see in the movies. Yeah, we was pushing those packs. Yeah, we was, you know what I mean, slanging it back at them. Anytime we got shot at, we was out there in the street dumping, and didn't matter who was right there. Didn't matter who seen. You know what I mean? Yeah, we didn't do drive-bys. We walk up and dome you in the face. You know what I mean? Facials all day. But hey, man, that shit don't last, bro. And I'm so blessed that I made it out of that. Like, literally, I'm so humble about it that I made it out of that. Because people don't understand that. People don't understand what it's like when you're sitting in that cell and ain't nobody answering, ain't nobody sending no money. More so, people don't understand how much it'll hurt you when you're sitting in the cell and you gotta call home and find out your mom's just got murdered. Like, that shit'll mess your mentality up so bad, man. And that's the shit I deal with. I had to sit there because my choice isn't call and get told they just pulled the plug on mom. She's brain dead. She ain't gonna make it. My little baby brother had to watch my mom die in the hospital bed where he was in handcuffs because he was locked up too. And that's just how real shit gets, man. Like, y'all gotta understand that, man. It's crazy. Too many times I've seen this shit happen, and it don't end good for this street shit. It don't end good. Don't think that there's a out to it. Drug dealing, all that shit, man. There ain't no out to that shit. There ain't, it ain't gonna do nothing but make you alright for the time being. But when shit hits the fan, nobody's gonna be there. Trust me, your moms might be there, dad might be there, grandma might be there. That's it. All those homies you're rocking with, they're shooting for and shit. Ain't none of them gonna be there. My little cousin died for somebody else last night, and I'm asking them, why didn't this nigga die with him? And they're like, I know, you know what I mean? I feel that. Like, why didn't that nigga die with him? If my brothers get killed, guess what? I can't tell you that story because I'm dying with them on that street. They ain't gonna be alone dying on that street. That's just how real. That's how shit is right here. Little cousin died alone. This nigga, he went to fight for that kid and he died alone. Like, that shit's crazy to me. The loyalty that you give, people don't match it. So stick to your own little circle and do your thing, man. And I'm telling y'all though, man, find a way out. It ain't hard. Find a way out. Don't stop until you do. Wake up every day and make a plan. Say, this is what I'm going to do today. How I'm going to get out this shit. How I'm going to stop doing this. How I'm going to stop carrying this guns. How I'm going to stop going to places that I got to have a gun at. How I'm going to chill so these enemies think that it's over with. And I ain't got to go get them back when they don't expect it. Because I'm going to leave it as that. I got kids to raise, you know what I mean? People don't understand that when you got kids to raise, it's a whole different ball game. It ain't all fucking fun and drive-bys and chilling with the homies and drinking and tripping on people. It ain't none of that shit because guess what? When you in jail, your kids are going to feel that shit. When you dead, your babies are going to feel that shit. Your babies are going to have to grow up. I got too many cousins that had to cry and shit and post, I miss my dad. I wish my dad was alive. You know, I ain't going to say their names, but too many cousins, their dad's dead. Their mom's dead. Gone, murdered. That's how shit goes down over here. Y'all gotta realize that before it's too late. Don't make your kids be one of them kids. Don't make your kids be one of them people who are sitting there sad because they ain't get to know their mom like that because she died when they were 4 years old because she was out here fucking living this dumbass life. Or their dad thought he was the man, thought he was the plug, thought he was all this and that till they popped his ass, and now his kids gotta grow up without a dad. Like, don't be that person, man. I'm telling y'all. Find your way out, man. And like I said, I ain't trying to preach or none of that shit. But if I can reach one of y'all, that's all I want to do, man. If I can change one person, because real shit, I've been through it. I got the motherfucking tattoos to show you that I've been through the penitentiary, that I rocked 100. I got the tats on my face to show you what I'm about. You know what I mean? Like, I don't gotta fake this shit, homie. I got my motherfucking 13 that's 4 inches long, and you know what you get that for. You know what I mean? Those are certified tattoos that you don't get just because you want to look cool. I've been through this shit, dog. I've been through the worst of the worst. I've been sitting there. I've been questioned on several different murders, like, you know, questioned about this shit. And my face has been in the newspaper for this shit. Like, I've been through this shit on the news. Wanted suspect for questioning on the murder. I've did all that shit, homie. This shit ain't no fucking fun, dog. And now I gotta live knowing that I owe God for, you know what I mean? I owe God, and I don't want to say it like that, but I gotta live to know that I owe God for certain things that I can't bring back or I can't ask for forgiveness for. But one of these days I'm gonna have to face Him and explain why that took place. And honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna say, man. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna keep it real and try my hardest to explain, but I don't know what I'm gonna say. You know what I mean? And I gotta face that. I gotta live with that every day, because I can't change what I did. I can't take it back. I can't take back all the people I hurt or the people that lost their life in the process of something that had to do with me. Whatever. I can't take that back. Don't be like, don't trust me. Stay in school. You don't want to deal with this shit. Just stay in school, man. I'm telling you, I don't sleep good, man. I gotta know that one of these days I gotta answer to God for what I did, man. And it's crazy. That shit will turn your stomach. I've been in that cell when they say you gotta do all these years in here. You know what I mean? I felt that, and I know a lot of other people have too, and they can tell you. But the ones that are the real homies, that are the real big homies, are gonna tell you this shit ain't worth it. This shit ain't no fun. Don't go out there and do that dumbass shit for what? So someone could say you about it? Like, nah, just prove to yourself who you are. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm gonna end with that, man. But I hope one of y'all take something from this and don't, oh, this nigga preaching and you know what I mean? And don't take it as me being soft, homie, because it can get crazy real quick, I promise you. But I try to avoid all that. I ain't about trouble, but I really can be, and I ain't trying to be. So take what I say and use it. Use something with it. But anyway, man, yeah, this is Crazy2Yall, Normal2Us. This is the life I once lived, homie. This is I'm the product of my environment. Or I once was. This is part 1. So y'all stay tuned for part 2. Like I said, though, I hope everybody's staying safe, keeping them prayers up, and just staying healthy, man. I appreciate all y'all watching my videos. I really do. I'd really appreciate some comments if y'all can. So drop some comments. Let me know what y'all want to see next. Yeah, man, we're going to keep it rolling, though. But, hey, this is Zay. I'm out. I appreciate all y'all. Y'all stay safe out there, man.
When I was 13 years old, I lost control of it all. No one raised me. It's now about 6 years later. I'm the same nigga. I'm still crazy. No one saved me. You ask me if it's possible for me to change. Yeah, but it's not probable for me to